Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmidt. This is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching the movie 300. What do you know about this movie?
Gerard Butler's on it.
Yeah.
In it.
On it, in it.
He's on the cover.
Scottish, I believe.
Totally ripped.
Yep.
Is it Spartan?
Yeah, so it's Spartans.
Okay.
I have seen this movie. I think I snuck into this in the theater to watch it with a friend because it was just us two and we weren't old enough to see a rated R movie. So I love this movie. I'm a fan of Zack Snyder. This movie is epic, especially for crazy, awesome violence. But there's definitely a movie that escaped your path.
We've watched a good amount of action on the channel, and I've really been pleasantly surprised by how much I have enjoyed the genre. But I will say that I pretty much avoided action movies in general growing up. I just
wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah, it wasn't something that I thought would really interest me. And a lot of times, honestly, I wasn't expecting like the story to really be there. Like I was expecting more just like shoot 'em, blow up, like car explosions. And I think there's not been really a single movie that we've watched that I haven't been impressed in the action genre. But I'm really excited to watch this film. It's been very recommended to us, especially after we just did Gladiator pretty recently.
Right.
So I'm excited to watch it.
And this channel is the perfect avenue for me to share some of my favorites with you. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on our Twitch, Instagram, or Twitter, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the movie. We are watching 300 on HBO Max. I will press play when I say play and also count down from 3. The runtime of this movie is about 1 hour and 57 minutes. And also on HBO Max, there's a little commercial in the beginning. So if you press skip on that, it actually starts around the 31-second mark. So 3, 2, 1, play. It's been a good while since I've seen this.
Yeah. I was also going to say a combination of action and like a timepiece.
Yes.
Those are things that I never watched.
Right, yeah. So this is definitely outside your wheelhouse.
Yeah. It's like so brown.
Jeez.
Those are babies?
Yep. Only the best of the best. Oof. Seven. constant training.
Must be freezing. Oh. What even is that?
Terrifying.
Dinner?
He's dinner.
Oh, wolf. Oh, that thing looks hungry too. Turn his back on it? Gonna fit?
He fit. The wolf didn't.
Wow, what an upbringing.
Wearing the fur. It's a super stylized movie.
It feels like we're reading like a book.
It's actually based off of a graphic novel.
Leonidas.
That's the one thing is Zack Snyder loves his slow-mo. There's just so much stuff in slow motion. That's some intimidation right away. It's all just about being the best warrior.
Who's she?
That's Cersei from Game of Thrones.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oops. Yeah, if you just picture her with blonde hair. Oh, damn. Literally everyone in this movie is jacked. That's all?
Submission. That was like the first rule.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh. I was like, is that a threat? I mean, it's still a threat.
Yeah.
Just notice his little braid.
Seriously. Oh, gave the go ahead.
Bye.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Everyone goes in.
What, is it just like a giant hole?
I don't know. Or it was a well or something. Seems like an endless pit. I mean, he came in hot with his message. And he said that he would be held accountable for what he said.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the very first thing he said. But I can't imagine that's gonna be taken well
No.
when his messenger just doesn't come back.
Ugh.
Mm.
What a moon.
It's giant.
Yeah, they don't really have a choice anymore.
Mm.
Strategy.
It's like the wolf.
Yeah, exactly. It's foreshadowed by that wolf scene.
Hmm.
Don't know what he cost them. He brought him a ton of gold.
They said every time that he has to do something, so maybe it's not always. It's crazy. It's like she's in the water.
Yeah, it does look like she's in the water. Seriously.
Uh-oh.
Didn't get the blessing.
No. What?
Betrayed. Just came in and paid more. Paid the gods more and got their blessing.
What are they even gonna do with that gold? Don't they never leave there?
Yeah, they don't leave there, and then they get endless supply of women.
Ooh.
Even slow mo sex scenes. Interesting. Can't let the family die.
But a dad?
It's a nice little workaround.
Literally.
You're not going to stop him. Some epic terms.
Oh. Wow.
Just shadow her in darkness. I never noticed. I assume her necklace is a tooth from the wolf he killed, maybe?
Oh, maybe. Numbers don't always mean quality.
Yep. He brought a bunch of potters and blacksmiths.
Wow.
If only he came with more men.
Is that what was in the forest?
Yeah.
It's even dressed.
It's dressed like a Spartan.
Mm-hmm. Well, they made it.
Just demolished.
That's it? Oof.
Just how they all got ready with their formation. It's left one.
So what exactly are they dealing with here?
It's not just a normal army.
Oof.
Brutal. Just 20 immortals came and slaughtered everyone.
Oh my god.
Just endless amounts of boats.
Oh wow.
Even the playing field a little bit.
Hmm.
Got to try to organize everyone back home.
And there's no sense in waiting because it's like, what if they don't even come back?
Yeah.
That's still so many.
Yeah.
I guess if you don't fear death, right?
Just a totally different mentality with Spartans.
This guy's gonna lose it.
Oh.
I literally didn't even see that. I was looking at him.
It was a display for anyone coming.
That is huge.
Your wall is made of your people.
Oof.
Sorry, man.
You're lucky it was just your arm. Oof.
So badass. You know that's Michael Fassbender. He's like the guy who plays Magneto in like the X-Men
Oh,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just a very young, very jacked Michael Fassbender.
Didn't even recognize him.
Quite a display.
I
Yeah.
feel so bad.
It's sad. Just wanted to fight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they can't have another route.
Oh.
Literally shaking the ground. You don't see it?
How?
Such an epic war speech.
Oof. Are the other guys behind them? Or are they just gone?
They're there too.
That's not gonna happen. Oh! Oh, man.
There's no negotiating.
How?
Just gotta fight as one. Just a wave.
So they're gonna push them back into the skinniest area?
Just a shoving match. They just make a wall. It's beautiful.
Just like taking them down like layer by layer.
Yep. And then just bang right back to a wall.
Oh, I didn't even realize they were pushing forward.
Yeah.
Oh. They lost their wall?
I think they got the advantage enough. Such a beautiful shot.
They are machines.
Yeah, they just shred through them.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, they're just gonna back them over?
Oof.
Wow. They just used like everything. The terrain, like everything they could.
Yeah. All to their advantage.
Oh!
Yeah, they said they would blot out the sun.
Are those. Oh.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, maybe just give it another minute. Oof. Like, how confident in your ability do you have to be to literally be like naked fighting?
Right. You just have a shield, a spear, sword, naked. Tried with men, so let's try with horses.
Oh, they're in a little
Like
pyramid this time.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it just funnels the horses to either side. Oh.
These guys literally go flying.
Oh.
Just like the like
blood.
shake of the blood off. They only brought 300, but are there like a good amount of people still here? I'm like worried about them.
Oh, back here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the main Spartan army is still in the general area.
2 days to prepare.
Out of the council meeting.
Yeah.
Scumbag. Just enjoying the battlefield.
Gonna negotiate?
As he's stabbing someone.
Oof.
Jeez.
How much must that all weigh?
Right? Must have like 100 guys underneath that.
I just meant just what he was wearing.
Oh, all the gold. He's humongous. Damn. Quite an offer.
so mad.
Yep. From one extreme to the other.
Wow.
They tried negotiating.
He lost his cool so fast, though.
Pissed off the God King a little too much.
That moon.
Takes up like the whole sky.
That's terrifying. Wasn't expecting them already.
The Immortals. Not so immortal. Ooh. But they're starting to lose some. Ooh.
Oof.
Saved his dad.
Oh, that's your own guy.
Oh.
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 Get your stuff.
Yeah, get up, man.
Mm. Oh.
Just barely. Oh, it's like punted him like 10 yards.
Uh-oh.
So big. Oh. Oh.
Oh. Ew.
I love the spin though.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Oof.
Ew. Somebody do something.
Right? Oh.
Ugh. Dude will not die.
Oh, he might now.
Oh.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Come on, Potters. Definitely a tougher match. I love that. Like the people in front kind of holding that wall and the people in the back jumping up and stabbing. Watching his so-called immortals getting slaughtered.
So it's like, who's next? Who's the step up from the immortals? Oh.
Coming out to heavy guitar.
What the hell?
A little bit bigger than an immortal. Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Right in the eye.
Uh.
Got him. Ooh. Oh. Shrapnel. Damn. Oh. Oh, what an explosion.
Ooh, he's mad.
Oh.
What is that?
I have no idea. Executioner.
Ugh.
You asked what was next after Immortals. Oh, poor elephants.
Oh, the blood.
Oh, lost an arm and a leg.
Oh.
Such a great sequence.
Damn. The two of them taking on all of those people.
It's like they don't even break a sweat. Oh. Doesn't even need his sword yet. Oh. Such great teamwork.
Was this in 3D?
I don't know.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Right when his dad shows him a little bit of proudness.
I liked him a lot.
Just so angry.
What are they at now? Like, how many people did they lose?
Yeah, they've definitely lost a handful.
Uh-oh. He wander?
Yeah, he's where he shouldn't be. Didn't take much. It's crazy because he just betrayed his people, but then his people wanted to cast him out as a baby to die. Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Better keep his word.
It's got another one.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing probably well.
Yeah, death is glory for Spartans.
Oof.
So they're surrounded and lost the Arcadians.
Who's to say these guys aren't even gonna make it out?
Not going anywhere.
Needs
Hate.
something to keep moving.
Yeah. Hate for the enemy. That's enough. I'm sure he wished he could have stayed, but they need to get the message out.
I wonder what the timing is going to be like with his return. Never mind. That was a good speech.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Ultimate piece of shit.
What? Kill him.
Oh.
Yes! Oh my god.
Damn, I could not remember what happened to him. So that was so awesome. Oh, and he's got Xerxes money on him.
Oh man, that was great.
That was very satisfying.
Oh, there's more immortals left?
Yeah. I mean, there's more pretty much everything.
So now we're just gonna get them all at once? The immortals, the rhinos, the elephants.
The arrows.
Oh, whoa.
It's a crazy formation.
You're a traitor.
Another pretty sweet deal.
But they keep their land? It's literally just about him kneeling?
Yep, just conquering.
There's no way. Oh, I'm stressed.
I love the narration.
Was that nice?
I don't think so. Forever in shame.
What?
The end.
I knew it. Oh. Oh.
Oof.
Oh. Oh no. He missed?
He missed, but he showed that a god could bleed.
Oh no. Oh shit.
Taking a few more with him.
Oh wow.
Only one returns. It's going to be his turn soon. What a scene.
Oh.
Huge. From 300 to 10,000. All right, that was 300. What'd you think?
I surprisingly loved that.
Really?
I tried to make sure that I was going in with the right expectations because I know this isn't totally my cup of tea.
Right.
But wow, like I loved that.
Whoa.
I know. I'm just as surprised.
I think out of any movie we've watched, this one probably is as far away from what you typically like as possible.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I loved it. There's so many things to run through, but obviously Zack Snyder and the direction of the film and the style of the film was so cool. It was really awesome to watch. It made the fight scenes like that much more powerful. All the speeches, like everything just felt so grand.
Yeah.
So really loved the direction.
Especially you had an early comment where you're like, this looks like a comic book.
If I was reading a book, this is what my imagination would be.
Right.
So I guess like a graphic novel.
Right, yeah, no, which that's perfect.
Yeah, I've never read a graphic novel. My dad is like a massive fan of graphic novels.
I'm sure maybe he even had this one.
Yeah, he might. And then it's crazy how we go through and like there's like narration kind of throughout, and then it ties in at the end.
Yeah, actually, seeing this movie again and paying a lot more attention to just more than the action sequences, there's a lot more to it. Like, we start the movie off technically right before the final battle, because we see that guy and he's giving the speech and he has like the eye patch, but it's like a black eye patch or something like that. So we see the end of the movie at the very beginning, and the narration is by him throughout the entire movie.
That's so funny when you say that, because at the very end, I didn't even catch that was the same person.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that guy has a patch like that guy from the beginning.
Yeah. So it's the same person. Essentially, we're watching his retelling of the story to all of the soldiers, all of the Spartans at the end.
Right. To get them prepared for war.
Right.
So cool.
And there was even one, you picked up on it immediately, the wolf scene, how when Leonidas was going through that trial, when he kind of backed into that area that was skinny so that the wolf would get trapped. And then that's immediately the strategy that they use for this. They have a small army against this massive force, but if you tunnel them into this little area, their numbers don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to fight longer because there's more people to get through, but you're not gonna ever really have the chance of being surrounded.
Right.
Which essentially, the one guy who ended up being a traitor, he took that away from them and giving the Persians like the loop around. Right.
There was even a moment there where even Leonidas was like, damn, can we really do this? Like, they were actually kind of hopeful because they were doing so fantastic with this strategy that really the only way to defeat them was to completely surround them.
Right. Just because of the numbers. Like, that was the only way.
Right.
But the story of this was so cool. I mean, obviously, we just kind of went through like the storytelling aspect of it, which I loved the narration. I loved how the narration tied in at the beginning, at the end, and like that it was somebody that was like there, and it wasn't just like a narrator. It was coming like from a firsthand experience and like storytelling.
Right. And it was just insanely detailed and descriptive. Even that final sequence of him describing like the birds in the air and the wind kissing off like the sweat of the skin and stuff, or when the Arcadians jumped into the battle with the Immortals and how their narration was like they're brutish and they're, you know, slashing and making a mess of everything. Or even the narration talking about Leonidas's scream at the end. Like, you don't hear Leonidas's roar. Yeah. But the way that it's described by the narration is so powerful that you're just like, damn, that must have been epic.
Yes. I mean, that's it. Like, everything about this was so epic. I said grand earlier, but epic would have been even
interchangeable.
Yeah, a better description. Obviously, we'll get to Leonidas, but I just want to talk about the queen. Lena Headey?
I think so, yeah.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Cersei?
Yes, so from Game of Thrones. We've talked about this before, but I only watched the end of Game of Thrones. that was after like we had moved in together. So you watched it, so I watched it. So I think there's a lot that goes on with her character in Game of Thrones, but I don't really know like a ton of it. So I didn't initially recognize her, but damn, like what a badass. I think I like blacked out when I was like so excited when she stabbed that guy.
There was a couple scenes that I couldn't remember fully. I didn't remember if she was assaulted by Theron, or I think that was his name.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that actually went down. And then once that happened, I was like, damn, I don't know if he just gets away with it or not. So I was just totally oblivious to what was going to happen. So when she stabbed him and you were just so excited and I was over here too, like, damn, all right.
Yeah, no, that was great. I didn't trust that guy. I mean, obviously he was so creepy. Like everything that he did, even in the very beginning and the way that they had gone around and all of it, like he was just so slimy.
They made him look slimy right away.
Yeah, from the start. But the second that the two of them were just together, I was like, he's gonna try to manipulate this into a situation where she's gonna need to like pay him to be on her side. And that's exactly what happened. But I was not anticipating him like, like how far he went. I kind of had a feeling that he was just gonna not say anything. Like she was gonna give her speech and then it was just gonna be silence.
Right, yeah, it started to get to the point where I was thinking that he would just go against what she was going to say.
Yeah.
But he took it to an entirely different level.
Yeah, I mean, first he just like belittles her in front of everyone. And then he like takes it to the next level, like calling her a whore and
an adulteress or whatever.
Yeah, and bringing out like the fact that she seduced him and that she also
had sex with the other guy.
Yeah, I don't remember what his name was. But like he went so far with it, exaggerated and then changed the story. Like all of it was just so gross. And I think I might have even said like just kill him.
Oh yeah, you did
like,
for sure.
Like before the knife
right,
before the sword came out.
Before she was armed, you were ready for her to just strangle him.
But damn, that was so satisfying.
And another thing that I really noticed watching it again, I don't know how many times I've seen this, but this time I noticed so much more of the dialogue. Mm-hmm. And the dialogue is actually excellent. Like
so good.
For her to use the same line that he used in that moment, it was perfect.
It was so good. I mean, yeah, it was perfect. Obviously, like she was in a situation that she was pretty much forced into psychologically in order for her to save her husband. But for her to like say like word for word what he said to her when now he's the one that's like in the vulnerable position and dying.
Yeah.
Damn, that was so good.
I mean, there's gotta be a dozen or 2 dozen just great lines.
Yes.
In this movie. I mean, to rifle through some, like fighting in the shade is a great line. The very first battle when Leonidas is like, this is where we fight and this is where they die. Tonight we'll dine in hell. I mean, you could just go on and on. I mean, there's so many great lines. Or even like Xerxes had some great lines too. The one that stood out to me was when he was talking to like a traitor. And he was like, Leonidas wanted you to stand, but I only require you to kneel. I was like, damn, that was like a banger line.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that needs to be appreciated more because I feel like everyone will focus on just like the crazy action and how it's so stylized. But the actual dialogue in some of these lines is great. And I'm sure a lot of that comes probably directly from the graphic novel.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's from a novel. It's like poetic.
Yeah.
A lot of it. So I'm with you. The dialogue was very strong in this. And I think it made such an impact, like just as much as some of these like brutally violent fight scenes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could definitely see you as a kid having to sneak in to see this so whatever age you were. I can see how the focus would be like heads coming off and limbs coming off and
nudity.
And all just like the blood, like I could see that, but it's cool now that we're getting to watch this back together.
Yeah.
And getting to like really appreciate all that the film had to offer.
I remember seeing this in the theater, and I mean, obviously, like I'm a young teenager, action is like number one, but when you're in the theater and it's just like super loud, that first fight scene when they first ram into each other, you don't really know what to expect. A lot of action movies or fight scenes, it pretty much goes straight into just like fighting and slashing and stuff. Whereas this, it was this crazy push back and forth. Everyone just kind of shoving each other.
Yeah.
And I remember in the theater that it was so loud, and then everything just stopped and it was silent in the theater. And I was like, holy shit. And then they do like the push and the stab.
Yeah.
And then they go straight back to the wall. And all of it was just a beautiful balance of being incredibly loud and then absolutely silent and then straight into just amazing action.
I'm sure seeing this on the big screen and with like the sound of a movie theater.
Yeah, with sound that's like so loud that it's like shaking your seat.
Yeah.
I think there's just so much praise that can be thrown at this movie. The action sequences are brilliant, especially how they go through such different, it's not like it's the same people, they just keep fighting the same. Like there was so much variety and so much creativity in the enemy.
Yes, completely agree. And then I guess if we're talking about the enemy, we could talk about the God Man.
Xerxes.
Wow, he was just like a power hungry coward.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess most rulers that are trying to take over the world are.
Right.
But to see how fast he crumbled facing Leonidas, that was like embarrassing. Like I was embarrassed for him.
When they had the first conversation?
Yes.
Yeah.
He lost his cool so quickly, and it's like, you're pretending to be a god here, and you can't even like take a little insult.
No, and they use that specifically for the battle with the Immortals. Like as they're setting up the fight, they're like, his weakness was his, I forgot what they said specifically, but they pretty much were describing how he was so weak and pathetic, exactly like how you witnessed him.
Yeah. A funny villain for this type of film. But I guess it makes sense. Like I said, I mean, you kind of have to be weak, maybe coward kind of character,
right,
for this kind of dynamic to work. Going into Leonidas, Gerard Butler was absolutely fantastic. Obviously, he's been in a lot of stuff. Like, I don't think we've watched him on the channel at all.
No, it's probably first.
Yeah, but just outside of the channel, there's at least a handful of films that we've seen.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's in like rom-coms, he's in just like normal action movies, like he's in a ton. Yeah,
and a lot of fun stuff too. But I feel like Gerard Butler is very charming, and I think that it lended really well to the Leonidas character because he's a king and he's like the leader of the Spartans, so he kind of needed that like charisma and everything to have the respect and the support, I guess. And that also kind of goes for Baron,
the shitty guy.
Yeah, that like he just came from a place of like jealousy and cowardice, which
is why he aligned so well with Xerxes.
I loved Leonidas, the character. I loved the relationship with the queen. I loved that we got to see like his upbringing, and that also came into us getting to see kind of how it worked for Spartans in general. For someone that doesn't really have, like me, doesn't really have any knowledge of what really a Spartan is.
Right.
And like how it works. It was cool that they kind of went through, but then we also got to see specifically for Leonidas. And then him kind of working with his own son. So very likable character. And then obviously, holy shit, like what a badass.
Oh yeah, I don't know if there's a movie that has more just jacked dudes in it who just slaughter people.
Just half naked.
Like it was a requirement to have not a 6-pack, but like an 8-pack. Like you can sit there and count, and there's more than 6 here. There's 8 packs here. It's insane. I think some of it may be digital, but I know that they spent just an insane amount of time training for this movie.
Oh, I'm sure.
So yeah, I mean, absolute badass. And then we kind of already touched on it, but like the different enemies require the different fight scenes with like the first initial wall, or you had kind of that pyramid triangle formation against the horses.
Yeah.
Like how when they were fighting the elements, they were all like low and, you know, using their spears to kind of chuck and get the elephants off balance, using not only their superior fighting skills and the tight areas, but then the elements as well, like pushing them off the cliff.
Right.
It was great. I mean, everyone's a badass, even all the way to like Michael Fassbender who I'm sure, like, if you see him in other things, you'll be like, damn, he looks way different now than his jacked young self in 300.
Honestly, I didn't see it at all. And there was one scene, it was close to the end, that I was like, oh, yeah, that is him. I think it was when the two of them were like...
Oh, fighting and like with each other?
Yeah, it was like their conversation right after, I guess before I guess right before they started fighting, because there wasn't really an after. But like, damn.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing was great, but I can't imagine how cool it would have been for the like setup and the choreography standpoint of all of these fights.
Yeah.
There's so much going on, like using the shields. There's all these different types of weapons. Like you said, like all the different formations and stuff that they were in. This is one that I would definitely like to look up, like behind the scenes.
Right. Behind the scenes of this movie would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously the style, like almost all of this is pretty much just on like a little tiny stage with just green screens everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just such an epic movie, and I feel like a real game changer when it came out.
Yeah.
There wasn't really too much like this. And then you kind of started having a wave of these ultra violent type of movies. And there's actually a sequel to this movie too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's not as good as this one, but it is. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Lena Headey comes back.
Oh, cool.
And I feel like some of these movies that I watch again later in life have like a more emotional impact. Like Gladiator, I remember not crying at all when I watched that younger, and then watching it recently for the channel, I was like, what the fuck, this movie's super sad.
Yeah.
And this one too, like especially when the son dies, just like the facial expression of the actor who plays the dad.
Yeah.
It was just a great combination of just pain and terror and anger all in one. And then he has that like meltdown where he just mows through like 20 dudes.
Yeah.
It's an emotional movie.
Absolutely. I didn't get as emotional in this one as I did in Gladiator.
No, it's not to that level.
Yeah, but definitely. I mean, that moment, obviously, the moment at the end where the narrator basically comes back to Lena and it's just like silence or music or whatever's playing, but there's no dialogue. It's sad. Like, there's definitely sad moments in this, and it's crazy because we really didn't get to know the 300 all that well.
No.
But watching them die, that was devastating.
Yeah, watching them die, and I think it's because you know how important it is to fight for the person next to you.
Yes.
So to see all of them die, especially that final shot, it's like it could be a painting. The shot that pulls up with all of them just dead on the ground. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of people who, if they're not really familiar with the story, even, I mean, I wasn't when I was young, you don't really expect almost all of your main characters to die at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I had a blast watching this again. I definitely noticed a lot more stuff than I usually do, and it was super awesome that you enjoyed it as much as you did.
Yeah, I am shocked that I loved it this much. I was really hoping that I was gonna like the movie, but I'm ashamed that I waited this long to watch it.
No, it's great. So I'm glad.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else we reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.